Hello everyone and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain, and today it's been a while for we are playing some more Out of the Park Baseball 22 with the Montreal Expos. Now, sorry for the late start here. I was trying to fix my camera so that you can hate on my face in better resolution. Alright. So, last time out we did something that we had not done all season. We actually won a baseball game against the St. Louis Cardinals. However, that was the only game of the series we won, which was the first one. And we lost the next two. So, all in all, against the Cards, we were 1-12 this season. So, that's pretty shitty. But that's what happened. Today, we are starting a 4-game series against the Florida Marlins. I am letting you know right away. I won't have time to play the 4 games today, so I'm only going to play the first 2. Then I have to prepare dinner, and then I have to go watch the preseason game between my Ottawa Senators and the Montreal Canadiens. That's what I do. I love hockey very much. But right now, it is baseball time. We have Russ McGinnis that is still day-to-day with a sore back or something. Not at all, a knee contusion. Talk about a GM that has one injury on his team and he is not able to remember what it is. But anyway, so the Marlins should be a beatable opponent for us, at least I hope so. They are 52-103 this season, so yeah, I sure hope we can beat a team that has 100 losses, but who knows. For the first meeting, we're gonna have Tom Gordon on the mound. So as we know, he's been for the most part pretty good. He's had a couple starts where he wasn't very sharp, but for the most part, he's been pretty good for us. Tim Van Egmond is going to be the starter for the Marlins. He is 7-14 this season. Given the record that the Marlins have, that's almost decent. So yeah, he's going to be walking quite a few people, maybe. But anyway. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and play some baseball. So, of course, as usual, I'm going to go ahead and say, go Expos! And play ball. Alright, not play ball just yet, though. Okay, so we have 2 guys that are tired, so we're going to replace them. At second base, I think I'm going to play Mitch Simons. And at third base, against the righty Van Egmond, I think I'm going to play Woody Green. He hasn't had a start in a while. Right now I'm going to switch some of that around. There we go. Yeah, I mean, Tom Gordon is not a great hitting pitcher, but Simons has so much speeds and everything. I don't like to waste it in front of the pitcher. So I think I'm going to go with that for game 1 here. Now the Marlins are going to go with Sean Berry batting first. Wow, okay. Mike Bordick, Rondell White, who is pretty much their best player. Of course, acquired in a trade with us for Randy Tomlin. Ulian Yan is going to be batting cleanup. Brooks Kieschnick is going to be playing center field and batting 5th. Tom Bruninski, Joe Oliver, and Alvaro Espinoza. And I just realized I did not check to see who was hurt for the Marlins. Not that it matters too much, I guess, but I still like to look at that kind of stuff. Alright, so go Expos! So we're back at Olympic Stadium after that short 3-game series in St. Louis. So it was a very, well, I mean, it's not a short series. 3 games is a normal series. I mean, it was a short road trip. We were on the road only for those 3 games. Alright, so back home, we have Tom Gordon on the mound, and he is facing Sean Berry first. 2-2 to Berry. Of course, Berry in real life played for the Expos. But he did not in my universe. Grounds it to short. Barbary with the throw, and that's out number 1. Mike Bordick is next. 1-0 to him. Grounds it to second. It's gonna be an infield single. I could tell just by the animation of the batting follow through. Alright, so Marlins have a runner on first, 1 out. Rondell White is the batter, no count to him, and that's a base hit to center. It falls right in front of Rivera. And now the Marlins are threatening with 2 runners on base. And only 1 out for Ulian Yan. He has 70 power against righties, but not a whole lot of contact. No count to him, and that's a bad pitch. Okay, that's not good. Alright, so now all of a sudden the Marlins have 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out. 1-2 to Yan. Struck out swinging. Oh, that's good. We needed that. Alright, so now with 2 outs, they need a base hit from Bruninski. 0-2 to him. That's it weekly. Mitch Simons underneath it, catches it for out number 3. Alright, we gave up 2 hits, but we managed to get out of this inning without allowing any runs. Bottom of the first here in Montreal, it is still scoreless. Alright, Marquise Grissom batting first here against Tim Van Egmond. 1-0 to him. Grounds it to second. That's a good throw for out number 1. Brett Barbary is next, 2-2. Struck out swinging. Alright, so that's two quick outs here for the Marlins. And now we bring up Ivan Calderon. Full count to him. Grounds it to short. And that's a good throw for out number 3. So we go down in order here in inning number 1. Inning number 2 with Tom Bruninski leading off for the Marlins. No count to him. Oh, that's it with some authority there, and it's out of here. So that's, I think, home run number 20 for him. Yeah, home run number 20 for Tom Bruninski. And the Marlins are up 1-0. Wow. Alright, now Joe Oliver is next. 2-0 to him. That's it with, I thought it had a little bit more carry to it. Calderon is there, he catches it for out number 1. Alvaro Espinoza is next, 1-1 to him. Grounds it to short. Barbary eats it, that's a base hit. Alright. Tom Gordon not doing all too hot today. Tim Van Egmond is now the batter. There's a runner on first, 1 out, 1-0, and he bunts. And that's a sacrifice hit. So on the play, Espinoza makes it to second base. There's 2 outs now for Sean Berry. 2-2. Strikes out swinging. The Marlins do take the lead thanks to a Tom Bruninski solo shot. It is 1-0 Florida, not Miami, Florida. We are in 1994 after all. Charles Johnson leads us off in the bottom of the second, 1-2. Oh, that's it with authority as well. We have a tight game here in Montreal. Charles Johnson with the solo shot of his own, and it is 1-1. Right, Reuben Rivera is next. 2-1 to him. That's it high, but not very deep. In fact, Bruninski barely has to move, and it is out number 1. Woody Green follows. 1-0 to him. Grounds it to short, and that's a good throw by Espinoza for out number 2. Todd Haney is next with 2 outs, 2-2. And he strikes out swinging, which means that the pitcher is going to lead off next inning. Usually you want to avoid that if you can. And we're going into the top of the third. Tied at 1, Mike Bordick, first one to face Tom Gordon in inning number 3, 2-1 to him. Oh, that's it really well. Opposite field all the way to the fence. It's going to be extra bases. That's a double for Mike Bordick, leadoff double for the Marlins. And that's going to bring up Rondell White with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. 1-0 to him. Grounds it to third. The throw by Willie Green, and that's out number 1. Ulianyan is next. 1-2 to him. Struck out looking. 2 strikes out. 2 strikeouts for Ulianyan in this game. Alright, so we're again in a situation where there's a runner on second base and Brooks Kieschnick needs a base hit to make him score with 2 outs. 1-0. And that's popped foul. Haney after it. Did he get it? Yeah, he did. Alright, that's out number 3. Alright, so we get out of that again. But Tom Gordon not having the best game already. Gave up 5 hits. Alright, he's the first one to bat here. Speaking of him, bottom of the third. No count. Oh, he tried to bunt himself on. That didn't work. That was a strike. 0-2 now. That's it, Weekly. Third baseman drops the ball. Alright, so that's an error on Sean Berry. So we have a runner on first and nobody out. Mitch Simons is next. 0-1 to him. Oh, that's it solidly to right for a base hit. That's only a single, but there was a bit of humph in that base hit. Alright, so we have 2 runners on, nobody out. Marquise Grissom is next. That's a prime opportunity for him to pad some stats here. 1-0. Oh, that's gonna be a base hit. Alright, so an infield single from Marquise Grissom, it to shortstop, so the bases are loaded, we have nobody out, and Brett Barbary is the batter now, no count. That's it to left. I think it's deep enough, although it's the pitcher going for the run here, and the run is good. It is 2-1 Montreal on the sac fly by Brett Barbary. So now we have runners on first and second, 1 out. Ivan Calderon comes to bat, 1-2 to him. And that's it really weakly, but it falls in. It was right above Espinosa's head and it falls in. So we have the bases loaded again with 1 out this time. And Charles Johnson is the next batter. 3-1 to him. And he walks in a run. It's 3-1 for the Expos now. Reuben Rivera is next. 0-2 to him. Grounds it to second. And that's a inning-ending double play. But the Expos do score 2 runs. And we now have a 2-run lead. It is 3-1. Going into the top of the fourth, Tom Bruninski is first to bat here against Tom Gordon. No count to him. Oh, that's it really well. All the way to the fence. At center, it's going to be extra bases. That's a double for Bruninski, so he has a home run and a double already. And Tom Gordon still unable to get a 1-2-3 inning here. Alright, runner in scoring position for Joe Oliver, nobody out, 0-2. That's it to center. Oh, that's a diving catch by Reuben Rivera. And that's out number 1. Bruninski stays at second on the play. 1 out. Alvaro Espinosa is the batter. Full count to him. Struck out swinging. Alright. And now Tim Van Engman is the batter. 2-2. That's it to center. And that's another diving catch by Reuben Rivera. Wow. He's in great shape today. And with that, we're still up 3-1 going into the bottom of the fourth. Willie Green is going to be the first one to face Tim Van Engman today. 3-1. Struckouts. No. Okay. Oh, catcher's interference. That's what happened. Okay. All right, so Green gets to first on catcher's interference, and now Todd Haney is the batter. Nobody out, 1-0. And now it's a balk. Wow. Wow. The manager is going to be throwing fits in the dugout. Talk about giving free bases to the opposition here. Right, 2-2 to Haney. And that's a base hit to right. That's going to be extra bases as well. It's all the way into the corner and right. So Haney with the double. Scores a run. It is 4-1. Right, Tom Gordon is next. Runner on second base. Nobody out. He's going to bunt. He misses. That's strike one. He bunts with 2 strikes. And that's a sacrifice hit. So on the play, Todd Haney makes it to third base. And there's only 1 out. So a fly ball should score a run if it's deep enough. Mitch Simons, 2-1. Grounds it to second. That's a good throw to first. The run scores on the play. It is 5-1 Expos. Marquise Grissom, bases are empty, 2 outs, 1 into to him. And he strikes out swinging. Alright, so the Expos add 2 more runs to their lead. It is now 5-1 Montreal, going into the top of the 5th, where we are facing Sean Berry. 3-1 to Berry. And he walks. Alright, so leadoff walk. Again, Tom Gordon unable to get a 1-2-3 inning to save his life. So Mike Bordick is next. Runner on first. No count to him. Oh, and he bunts. And that's going to be an... no, it's a sacrifice. I thought it was going to be an infield single, but it's a sacrifice. On the play, Berry moves up to second base. There's 1 out now. Rhonda White is next. 2-2 to him. Strikes out swinging. Alright, 2 outs. Runner on second base. Ulian Yan is the next batter. 3-0 to him. And he walks on 4 pitches. Alright, Brooks Kieschnick is next. 3-2. Struck out looking, and the inning is over. It is still 5-1 for the Expos. Right, Brett Barbary leading off inning number 5 for us. Full count. And he walks. Alright, leadoff walk for the Expos. And the Marlins have had enough. They are bringing in Mike Romano as a reliever. Alright, so Ivan Calderon is going to greet him with a runner on first and nobody out. Full count to him. That's popped, and that's cut by the second baseman, Mike Bordick, for out number 1. Charles Johnson is next, full count to him. Grounds it to short. That's a double play, and just like that, the Expos are done in inning number 5. Alright, top of the 6th. We're going to go ahead and keep Tom Gordon for now. Yeah, we'll see. Alright, Tom Bruninski is the first one to face him. He has a home run and a double so far today. 2-2. That's it to center. Rivera's after it. He gets it for out number 1. Joe Oliver is next. 1-1. That's it weekly. And that's cut by the second baseman Mitch Simons for out number 2. Now Alvaro Espinoza is next. 2-1. And that's a base hit to center. Right, so the Marlins get a runner on base here after 2 outs. And they have now Milt Thompson, the batter, came in for Brooks Kieschnick in center field. 3-1 to him, and he walks. I think I've seen enough of Tom Gordon. Not a great outing for him. So I'm gonna need a little bit of work done here. Let's go with Robert Ondorf. Right, so Marlins have a runner on first and second, 2 out. Sean Berry is the batter, no count to him. Grounds it to third. We get the runner at second base, and that's the end of the inning. Alright, so the Expos preserve their 4-run lead going into the bottom of the 6th. It is 5-1 against the Marlins. Rivera is batting now against Mike Romano, 0-1. That's it to center, and is that cut? Yeah, Milt Thompson cut it. Looked a little weird, but it was a diving catch, I guess. Woody Green is next with 1 out, 2-2. And he struck out looking. Not a great game for Woody Green, getting the start at third base. Todd Haney is next, 0-1. And he grounds out 2, shortstop for out number 3. Top of the 7th, Mike Bordick is going to be facing Robert Ondorf. I'm going to keep Ondorf in. He only made 1 pitch. 1-0. Grounds it to third. Green with the throw. That's out number 1. Rondell White is next, 2-2. It's it to center, and Rivera is there and catches it with a weird looking dive, and that's out number 2. And now Ulian Yan is going to be the batter, 2-2. And he struck out swinging. That's his 3rd strikeout of the game. Not a good game for Ulian Yan, that's for sure. Alright, we're going to bring in a pinch hitter. Let's do Rob Lukacic to face the righty. Still Mike Romano on the mound, 1-2. And that's it. That's a liner to second base. That's out number 1. Mitch Simons is next, 2-2 to him. It's it to center. Oh, that's it really well. All the way to the fence. Simons round second, goes for third base, and that's a triple for Mitch Simons. So we have a runner on third with only 1 out. Marquise Grissom is next, 3-1. And he walks. So runner on extremities now with only 1 out. Of course, that enables the double play. Brett Barbary is next, 2-2. And he struck out looking. Alright, and they bring in former Montreal Expo Bill Sampen. So he played for me for a little bit. Also got hurt and didn't play for a while. Alright, so Bill Sampen now the reliever for the Marlins. Ivan Calderon is the batter. Runners on first and third. 2 outs, 2-2. And that's it to left. And is that out of here? It is! 3 more runs on the board. It is 8-1 for the Expos. 3-run blast by Ivan Calderon. 8-1 is the score, and now Charles Johnson is the batter with 2 outs, no count. That's it weekly. Bordick is there, and he drops the ball. That's another error for the Marlins. That's 3 errors for them today. So we have a runner on first, 2 outs. Reuben Rivera is next, 1-0 to him. That's it to left, but the left fielder, Rondell White, barely has to move, and he's there for out number 3. The Expos add 3 more runs to their lead. They now have a 7-run lead going into the top of the 8th. I'm gonna have Jeff Fassero pitch. Every time I bring him in, I always mention how I'm disappointed that he didn't really develop in my universe. Alright, so Todd Edwards is the pinch hitter, gonna be facing Jeff Fassero here in the top of the 8th. 1-1. Grounds it to first. That's a good throw to the pitcher. Facero covering first base, and that's out number 1. Dan Robinson comes in as a pinch hitter. 0-2 to him. Struck out swinging. Joe Oliver is next. 2 outs, 1-1. That's a base hit to right. Opposite field single for Joe Oliver. And the Marlins are still alive in inning number 8. Runner on first with 2 outs for the pinch hitter, Chris McInnes. Full count. Struck out swinging. Alright, Facero gives up a hit, but does pretty good after that. And that's the end of the inning. Randy Phillips is now the reliever for the Marlins. Willie Green is the next hitter. 1-2. And that's a base hit to center for Willie Green. Todd Haney is next. Runner on first, nobody out. No count. Oh, Willie Green is going. He doesn't care that it's a 7-run lead. He's like, I'm stealing a base. And that's number 16 for him. 3-1 to Todd Haney, and he walks. So now we have runners on first and second, nobody out. And we are bringing in a pinch hitter. And I'll bring in Bill Doran to face the righty. 1-0. And that's it to right, but pretty much at the right fielder. And that's out number 1. Still 2 runners on, 1 out. Mitch Simons is next, full count to him. And that's a base hit to left. Mitch Simons is having a pretty good game, and that's going to score a run. It is now 9-1 for the Expos. 2 runners on, 1 out for Marquise Grissom here in the bottom of inning number 8. 0-2. Struck out swinging for Grissom. Not Grissom's best game. Right, Brett Barbery is next. 0-2. Struck out swinging as well. The Expos do add 1 more run to their lead. It is now 9-1. Alright, who do we bring in now? Let's see, we're going to face lefty, righty. Let's do Michael Kerrigan. Feels like he hasn't really pitched in a while. Alright, Milt Thompson is going to try to start that miraculous comeback that the Marlins need. Top of the 9th, we are up 8 runs. 0-2 to Milt Thompson. Struck out swinging for out number 1. Sean Berry is next. 0-2. Grounds it to short. That's going to be an error. Alright, so that was a bad throw, so error on Barbery. So runner on first, 1 out. Mike Bordick is next. No count to him. That's a base hit to right. Alright, so Grissom has it. Now there's runners on first and second with 1 out. And Rondell White is now the batter. 0-1. Grounds it to short, and that's a double play. And that's a game-inning double play. The Expos won pretty decisively 9-1 today. Alright, so that's a win for Tom Gordon, despite not pitching the best he's ever pitched. But hey, we got the win. Mitch Simons was 3 for 4. Pretty good game. Alright, we're going to go ahead and finish today. Mike Davis is going to be retiring. Oh no, he already decided to retire. Mike Davis, 35 years old. Yeah, I guess he never played in the majors since I started this universe, since I started it in 1991. So all of those stats were his real life stats that he accrued in reality. Alright, so that's it. So Russ McGinnis is not hurt anymore. Let's take a look at the Marlins since we didn't before. So Lee Hancock is, oh god, he's gonna miss the start of next season. Same for Terry Shumpert. And then Don Mattingly is also hurt. Alright. So let's go for game number 2. This time it's going to be a Southpaw duel on the mound. We're going to be facing Ross Powell. Oh, that's going to be his first start with the Marlins. His ratings are not too bad. Alright. And we're going to be sending Carlos Perez. With a little luck, he might be able to have a 500 record for the season, which would be pretty good considering where, he was not that long ago. Alright, so again, I am reiterating that's going to be the last game I'm playing today. I have to prepare dinner in time for me to watch the hockey game in real life. Alright, so Reuben Rivera is tired, so we're going to go ahead and sit in. We're facing a lefty, so I'm going to put Johnny Knott, who can play center field. Although not that great. Maybe Mark Davis would be better. Yeah, he's a little bit better. Let's put Mark Davis there. I don't like Mark Davis as a hitter much, but it is what it is. Right. Oh, Shane Andrews gets the nod here. He's going to hit 5th today. Dear God. Let's go like this. Alright, so that's whom we are going to go with for this game. We are going to be facing Sean Berry, batting first, Mike Bordick, Rondell White, Ulian Yan, Brooks, Kieschnick, Tom Bruninski, Joe Oliver, and Alvaro Espinoza. So basically exactly the same lineup we just faced. And we're going for it. We're going for a second win in a row against the Marlins. Go Expos and play ball. Alright, Sean Berry, first one to bat against Carlos Perez. 1-2 to him. That's it to right, and pretty much right at Marquise Grissom, and that's out number 1. Mike Bordick is next, 1-0 to him. Grounds it to third, the throw to first, and that's out number 2. Rondell White, full count to him. And he walks. Alright, so Carlos Perez gets 2 quick outs, but then walks Rondell White with 2 outs. Runner on first, 2 outs for Ulian Yan, 3-1. Ooh, that looks like it might be out of here. And it is 2-run blast for Ulian Yan. The Marlins are up 2-0. Brooks Kieschnick is next. 2 outs, nobody on. 0-2. That's it to right. Grissom after it. He catches it for out number 3. The Marlins get a 2-run blast by Julian Yan and take a 2-0 lead in inning number 1 here in Montreal. Right, Ross Powell on the mound, facing Marquise Grissom. 0-1. Grounds it to short. Espinoza with the throw, and that's out number 1. Delino de Shields is next, 0-2. Grounds it to first, and that's out number 2. That brings up Ivan Calderon, 3-1. And he walks. Alright, that's how they got their runs, right? They had 2 quick outs and then got a walk and a 2-run blast. Charles Johnson, 2 outs, runner on first. No count. Calderon goes, and he's thrown out. Alright, so no, we are not doing the same thing. We got caught stealing instead. That's the end of inning number 1. We are down 2 against the Marlins. Tom Bruninski is leading off inning number 2. 0-2. Grounds it to first. And Haney takes it to first for out number 1. Joe Oliver is next. Full count. Strikes out swinging. That's out number 2. Now Alvaro Espinosa is next, 1-0. That's a base hit to right. It's going to fall in front of Grissom. So after 2 outs, Joe Oliver gets a single. 2 outs. Ross Powell is the batter. And that's a bad pitch. It's a pass ball. That's on the catcher. Alright, and with a 0-1 count, that's it weekly, and that's got by Ray Sanchez for out number 3. So the Marlins do not score this inning. Bottom of the second. Still down 2. Charles Johnson gets another shot at bat since Calderon got caught stealing. 3-1. And that's out of here. That could have been 2-2. Alright, it's 2-1. We are down 1 here at home. Right, Shane Andrews is next. 0-1. Grounds it to second base, and that's a throw out at first for out number 1. Ray Sanchez is next. No count to him. Grounds it. That's going to be an infield single. Grounds it to the pitcher. The throw is late. We have a base runner. 1 out for Todd Haney. 0-1. Grounds it to third. And they get the lead runner at second base, but they cannot get Haney out at first. 2 outs with a runner on first now for Mark Davis. 2-2. And he struck out swinging. Right, top of the third. We're still down 1. Sean Berry is the batter. Full count. And that's strike 3. Oh yeah. First out. Hey FJ, how have you been doing? Work, school, and not much time to yourself still, or for yourself. Mike Bordick is next. 1-2. Strike 3 to King. Oh, Carlos Perez here is starting to pitch a little bit better. Rondell White follows with 2 outs, 1-2. And he struck out swinging. Yeah, I saw that. It's pretty, I'm not sure what it's about. I guess we may learn later, and we don't know how long he's going to be gone. So yeah, that blows for Montreal for sure. You are, huh? 1-0 to Carlos Perez. That's a base hit to center. Yeah, that would be crazy because the draft is in Montreal this year, so that would be like the fans would go crazy over there. Marquise Grissom with a runner on first, nobody out. 0-2. That's a base hit to right. It's really weakly, but it still falls fair. Yeah, our teams played a preseason game tonight. I get to watch that, so that's gonna be fun, maybe. 2-0. Oh, that's a bunt here for the line of the shield, so he advances both runners with a sacrifice hit. So 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out for Ivan Calderon. That's a prime opportunity to at least tie the game. That's it, pretty high. Deep enough, maybe. Carlos Perez goes, and he's safe. Game is tied at 2 with 2 outs. Are you talking about your Mariners in Out of the Park Baseball or the real life Mariners? Because I I didn't check the. I know that they were close, but I didn't check the final standings. Oh, the real Mariners. Okay. 2-1 to Charles Johnson, and he grounds out to third to end the inning. At least we tied the game here. It's 2-2. Yeah, at least the Yankees are out. So that's something, right? And JT Dodgers won, so they get to play the Giants. All right, so Carlos Perez still on the mound. Ulyan 1-2. Struck out looking. Yeah, I'm not cheering for the Red Sox as much as, you know, I was in 2000. What was it, 2004, that they like came back against the Yankees and went on to win the World Series thanks to a stolen base by Dave Roberts and then a single by Bill Mueller. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was working at the video store in Canada and I was following the game like play by play, like on Yahoo on the little computer we had. Brooks Kieschnick, full count, struck out looking. So I was cheering for the Sox back then, but yeah, that well, there's always next round, right? The Red Sox are gonna play the Rays, I think, so there's a good chance that the Red Sox don't go any further. All right, and that's a base hit for Bruninski. Oh, that's gonna be extra bases because it looks like it was misplayed by Grissom. All right, so the Marlins have a runner in scoring position. There's 2 outs. We're tied at 2, top of the 4th. Joe Oliver is the next batter, 1-1. That's going to be an infield single. We're going to eat it. So runners on first and third with 2 outs. Alvaro Espinoza, 3-1. And that's grounded to third, and that's the last out of the inning. Do you have a way to watch the preseason game tonight? Well, it's not tonight, it's in the middle of the night for you, I guess, that the game is going to play at. Right, Ross Powell still on the mound for the Marlins. Shane Andrews is the batter, bottom of the 4th, and it's tied. 1-2, struck out swinging. Ray Sanchez is next, 1-1. That's it to right. And that's cut by Bruninski for out number 2. Todd Haney is next. No count. Grounds it to the pitcher, and he is thrown out at first for out number 3. Nothing much to say for the Expos in the bottom of the 4th. Still 2-2 going into the top of the 5th. Ross Powell leads off the 5th for the Marlins. 2-2. Struck out swinging. Sean Berry is next, 1-1. Grounds it to second. The Shields is there. That's a good throw. That's out number 2. Mike Bordick is next, 2-1. Oh, that's it to the catcher. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Nothing to show for in inning number 5 for the Marlins. Bottom of the 5th incoming here at Olympic Stadium. We are still tied at 2 with Mark Davis leading off the bottom of the 5th for the Expos. 1-2. Struck out swinging. Carlos Perez is next. No count. Tries to bunt, but he misses. 3-1 now. Grounds it to third. And he's thrown out at first for out number 2. Marquise Grissom, 3-1. Grounds it to third. Sean Berry with the throw. That's out number 3. We are unable to get out of that tie. Still 2-2. All right, Rondell White is next. No count. Grounds it to third. He's thrown out at first. That's one out. Julian Yan is next, 0-2. And he struck out looking again. We have struck out Julian Yan quite a bit so far this series, although he did hit a home run earlier. Bruninski is next, 1-1. That's a fly ball to center. That's cut by Davis, and that's out number 3. Alright, let's do some damage here. We're entering the good part of the lineup here, so it starts with the shields, no count. That's it to center, not very deep. Kieschnik is there, catches it for out number 1. Ivan Calderon is next, 2-2. Grounds it to third, and he's out. Wow, we are having problems getting anything going. So with 2 outs, we have Charles Johnson batting, full count. Oh, that's it, pretty good to right. Opposite field double, I believe. Yeah, that's a double all the way to the fence. Right, so a 2-out double for Charles Johnson with Shane Andrews, the batter now, 1-1. That's it to center, should fall in and should score a run. Come on, Johnson, run all the way home. And he's safe. That is 3-2 for the Expos, thanks to a base hit by Shane Andrews. I think he might have the spot at third base next year. He hasn't been doing too terrible. Well, he doesn't have a good batting average, but defensively he's been good. Alright, Ray Sanchez is next. 2 outs. Runner in scoring position. No count. That's it to third. And he's thrown out for out number 3. But the Expos take the lead. It is now 3-2 going into the top of the 7th. Tom Bruninski is the first one to bat here, 2-1. That's cut by Ray Sanchez on a liner. That's out number 1. Joe Oliver is next, 3-1. Oh, that's it all the way to the fence. It's going to be extra bases here. Alright, so 1-out double for Joe Oliver. So there's 1 out. Runner in scoring position. Alvaro Espinosa is the batter. No count to him. It looks like we might walk him. No, we're not. Grounder to third, and he's thrown out for out number 2. They're bringing in a pinch hitter. It is Jason Bates to face off against Carlos Perez. 1-0. Grounds it to first, and that's the end of the inning. Todd Haney takes it to first. Right, a little scary here. It was a double, but he stayed there. Now John Hope is coming in as a reliever for the Marlins. Todd Haney is the first one to face him. Bottom of the 7th, we're up only 1. 1-0. That's a base hit to center. Todd Haney with a single. Alright, so runner on first. Nobody out now for Mark Davis. No count. Davis bunts. That's a sacrifice hit. And now Haney is at second base, and we have Carlos Perez to bat. No count swing. That's a pop fly to third base. Schaumberry is there, so there's 2 outs now. We need a base hit from Marquise Grissom. 0-1. And that's a base hit to right. And that scores a run. It is now 4-2 on the play. Grissom makes it to second base. So we have a 2-run lead now. Delano the Shields the batter with a runner in scoring position. No count, and they're going to walk him. Wow. They're going to walk the Shields to face Calderon? Really? Okay. 2 runners on, 2 outs for Ivan Calderon. 0-1. Grounds it to short, and they get the runner at second base. Alright, I guess the strategy worked. Can't argue with the result, I guess. It is 4-2. Top of the 8th. Let's see, Chambéry. Right, facing Chambéry first. 1 and 2. We're up 2. That's it to center, and it falls in for a base hit. I think I'm gonna pull Carlos Perez. Alright, so doesn't appear that Jero Nollet is here, but we're gonna bring in John Doris for redemption. We're gonna see if he can continue to redeem himself. Run around first, nobody out. Todd Edwards is the batter now. They're bringing in the pinch hitter, the lefty, to face my right-handed reliever. 0-1. Come on, Doris. Grounder to second. We get the lead runner out, but we cannot get Edwards out, so that's only a fielder's choice with 1 out facing Rondell White now. 1 and 2. That's it. Weekly to center. Davis is there, catches it for out number 2. And now Julian Yan is the batter. 2 outs, runner on first, and that's it to right, and that's gonna be extra bases. It's all the way to the fence. Grissom with the throw, that scores a run on the triple by Julian Yan. It is 4-3 for the Expos now. Alright, 2 outs. I'm gonna bring in Jim Dea. I'm gonna try to get the 3rd out of the inning against the lefty with a lefty. And they bring in a pinch hitter, Jorge Vasquez. Alright, well, 1 and 1. And that's a liner to second base. The Shields is there, catches it for out number 3. The Marlins did claw back into that lead. It is now 4-3. Alright, John Hope still on the mound for the Marlins. Charles Johnson is the batter, bottom of the 8th with only a 1-run lead. 1 and 2. Grounds it to first. The throw to the pitcher covering first base. That's out number 1. Shane Andrews is next. No count to him. Grounds it to first. That's out number 2. Alright, Ray Sanchez is next. No count. That's it to center. Oh, what a catch by Vasquez for out number 3. We are still up by only 1 run, top of the 9th. It is Ruskin time. Alright, Scott Ruskin comes in a safe situation. First one to face him is going to be Tom Bruninski. 1 and 1. What a catch by Mark Davis. That's his turn to make a diving catch, and it's out number 1. Joe Oliver is next. No count. Grounds it to short. Ray Sanchez with the throw. That's out number 2. We're 1 out away from another win here against the Marlins. Alvaro Espinoza is the batter. 1 and 0. That's it to left, and it falls in front of Calderon, so the Marlins are still alive with a single by Alvaro Espinoza. 2 outs, runner on first. They're bringing in a pinch hitter. It is Eric Harris. 0-2. Struck out swinging. That's the end of the inning and the game. The Expos win 2 in a row against the Marlins. It is a 4-3 victory at Olympic Stadium. Cal Ripken Jr. has an oblique strain, and the rest of the season, he's going to miss the rest of the season. That's a 5 weeks injury. At least the Orioles are not losing him for any time next year. So, alright, we're going to go ahead and advance 1 day. Alright, and that's where I'm stopping today. So I only did 2 games. I have to go make dinner. Gotta eat. Gotta eat before the game starts. Alright, so I'm saving that. So next time out, we're gonna do the next 2 games for the series against the Marlins, and then after that we have only 1 series left against the Braves, and that's gonna be the end of the season after that. So believe it or not, I went through an entire season of playing every single game one by one and streaming them all from start to finish. Well, I'm gonna get there. That's pretty impressive, I think. But anyway, alright, so I'm going to go ahead and stop here for today. As usual, I do want to thank you for tuning in. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you like the video, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that good stuff. Until I roll this game again, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.